same thing with Rek'Sai, honestly.
Yeah, you just then you get ahead of the Hecarim, and then the Hecarim is just useless.
Damn, the caps LeBlanc ban. Okay. So Fnatic took blue side this game. Interesting.
Yeah.
Wasn't getting so many kills in the early game.
Do you think we see the Hecarim ban from G2 here?
I think Fnatic wants to first pick Hecarim.
Shen ban. It's too OP.
So what is open now? Like Kalista and Caitlyn is still open. Ashe is open.
Yeah.
Hecarim is open. Set is open.
Honestly, think that like
Banning set.
I think you're okay with the set. Orianna ban. I'm really surprised by the Orianna ban here. I mean, what is Nemesis gonna play now though? Is the question. That's pretty much what he's been like defaulting to. Like I don't think he's gonna play something like the Akali.
Okay. If you're forced to do this, it's really bad.
Yeah.
For Fnatic.
Kate ban on blue side is cringe.
It's that just means you're already like sweating in draft. So I guess are they picking Hecarim
Ashe.
or are they picking Ashe?
I think they pick. Oh, I mean, I guess they're fine picking. I guess they go Hecarim, right? Because they're fine picking Jhin into Ashe, is what they showed.
Yeah, or like trade with Senna, so you can do Hecarim Senna.
Yeah.
I think they will pick Hecarim, but depends if they have prepared anything into Hecarim.
Yeah. I think they're picking Hecarim too. I think they either play Ashe into, or Jhin into Ashe, or Senna into Ashe.
So are they doing Ashe now? Or are they doing Ashe Graves? Yesterday they did Ashe Graves into Hecarim.
They did Ashe Graves.
But actually, I watched that game, and I think Jankos was playing like his
Really
pathing in the early game was really bad. Like it was actually terrible.
The red, what did he do? He went red into top tri-bush, cleared the ward, then did his raids, then did his golems, and then tried to go back top, and then recalled.
Yeah, and lost. Like, didn't take a scuttle. Yeah, I think you have to attack. Like if you play Graves against Hecarim, you have
level
to attack level one or two.
Yep.
Again, this is not about
So the thing that we saw last time was that G2 would just pick Taric on 3 versus Hecarim. Like that seemed to be their strategy both times, versus Fnatic and versus Rogue. So I wonder if they do the same type of thing. Okay, Kalista, I don't think they'll actually pick that. I think it'll be Senna. Yeah.
Surprisingly, the Senna is
Senna Nautilus?
Reckless Kalista is not a thing.
Yeah,
of course. Has not been. Maybe he picked it up. But
you know Reckless, man.
It's not a thing.
It's like Reckless playing Lucian AD carry. Like you're just not gonna see it, man. It's not happening. Zilean, holy shit. Dude, TSM just hard influenced the series. Everyone knows that TSM's the best team in the world, and now they're just copying them. It's kind of sick. So you just take Taric on 3 here, I guess?
Nah.
Well, actually, I don't know. Taric is not that good Brazilian.
It's Fnatic versus G2. I'm not gonna, count my chickens before they hatch.
It'll be
Also, maybe
Zoe, maybe?
Zach in the top lane for the entire
Lulu.
series. So who knows? Who knows?
I actually really like
When
this
they ban
transition into Lulu. Things like
Nautilus
were
and
available,
Leona?
the fact it's being banned away, 'cause
Yeah,
again,
have to
that
ban
could be,
Nautilus and Leona, but what happens if the enemy team just goes like
But when you're against
another
Hecarim,
engaged
you're like,
support?
okay, how am I gonna keep my Ashe alive? I need her to
I
survive. So now
mean-
you have things like wild growth as well as
Yeah.
the Whimsy,
I mean,
which
Lulu
will
is actually
assist
not
perks,
bad against
and then the attack speed, buff if
the
you
comp
use
they
the
have.
Whimsy on Ashe is also gonna feel really nice in pairs
And also
as
it
well.
makes Ashe like
The
super
thing
broken
is,
with items.
by locking in Lulu,
Yeah, maybe.
you're assuming or suggesting
It's a
that
thing in
Zillion's
solo
going
queue,
to be
but
integral. I feel
we
like
haven't
I've
seen it much in
Hillside play
competitive.
Zillion support before.
Do you think that
I
Nemesis
forget how
looks
many
worse than
times-
Bjergsen on Zilean? Well, I mean, Bjergsen's like a Zilean 1 trick, like Zilean, like that's been one of his main champions for fucking years. I would be really surprised if Nemesis could play it as well.
This does now give
As
Fnatic
Bjergsen.
the opportunity to counterpick bot lane. And then
I mean,
move
it's
that
for
to
sure
something
Lulu
else.
support. Like, there's no
So
edge
I'm
Lulu mid, even though
surprised
Yeah.
to see the Lulu actually locked in.
It's a flex.
But of
can't
course,
play
they
mid.
lock in
I've-
Braum and then Zillion goes
if you
bot
have
lane,
set
and then
if you
they're
have set
kind of in a very awkward
jungle, there's
situation.
no way you play
But
Lulu
they
mid.
wanna lock in their
You play
support
Lulu
here.
mid with
They
like
wanna save
Kindred
their two solo
or
lanes
Graves
for
or something
later.
like this.
Yeah.
And they're
I
gonna
wonder
choose
if it's
now
actually
some
gonna
of
be
these
Cillian
key
bot lane,
supports.
like
So
support
with
Cillian.
Nautilus
I-
and
Ooh, he
Leona
did
That's
do
my
that.
theory.
away,
Yeah, because
only other potential
Hilly was
support
always
under
known
the
as like
assumption
whenever he was
that this flex
filling in solo
does
queue,
come through
he would
Fnatic.
always play Cillian.
Is Hilly's
Cillian.
pike
So
if he
there's a
decides to
chance
go
that the
for it?
Cillian is a flex.
Actually,
We'll
that
have
makes
to wait and
sense.
Yeah, it'll be a very interesting one, of course. Pike
You used to
good
play,
into,
like,
champions
He
with
when you
played it-
played
he
the
played it in the
fasting
spring.
Senna,
below.
yeah, when you
Does
played
it
the fasting
calculate
Senna, you
shields
actually
into
played
the equation, so against
it with Zillion. I think Fnatic was that team that did it.
Do you go Ornn here?
Quite a lot, but Lulu is traditionally known as a counter to
If
the
you're a
Pyke
G2?
because of the wild growth.
Yeah, you
There is
definitely
the
do.
Camille
Holy
back.
shit.
Gonna get locked in for G2.
Wait, are you ahead of me or did you just I think you're ahead of me.
Wait, what is your time? I have 15, 14.
Oh yeah, you're 2 seconds ahead. Pause for 2 seconds. And then unpause.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Okay.
One of the things that
Man, you made it seem like it wasn't a prediction, alright? Like, come on, what the fuck?
Play team fight slower is double frontline, so double tank and
Okay.
set and Ornn, as well as long range engage outside
Okay.
Kristen's set.
I mean, what do you pick here if
That's
you're...
the Pyke. Good prediction,
Okay.
Betty.
I guess it is the
That was
Zillion
under
mid.
the assumption that it could potentially be Flex. The
I
question
feel like
is,
Pyke is
So he
just
has to
useless
get
though.
Ornn.
We should have known from the Camille band that he was
Now-
going to pick Pyke.
Yeah, now I'm kind of thinking
He's
like,
not picking Cashew.
well, now
Maybe
I'm
he's
kind
going
of thinking that maybe
his
GP?
his GP.
Gangplank
Yeah.
Yeah.
good into the
I was
Ornn,
thinking
but
that.
Into
on
Ash,
the top side
I
of the
think
map,
it
obviously
makes
they do lack
sense.
a bit of a front
Yeah,
line.
GP into the Ornn is fine. I mean, what else would you go if you're Whipple here?
Well,
I'm assuming it'd probably be a pretty free lane.
Some
Yeah.
type of tank, I
Wait.
guess.
well, okay, we're getting
Zillion
to the
top.
lane, Okay.
Oh
Fnatic
my
goes
god,
G2,
dude.
everyone.
It's Zillion top. What the fuck?
In the first game, this is Fnatic taking the entire
Oh my
deck
god.
and just throwing it
I
in
don't
the air.
I don't know what to say.
Yeah, that's,
My
that's
mind
pretty
is
well
blown.
trapped
Yeah,
for
my mind is
Fnatic.
blown
So I
this
already
series
love
as
the
well.
synergy of Zillion
Zoe?
plus Hecarim.
Yep.
That is one fast pony.
I feel
Right,
like
you're
Zoe
also
is
gonna
pretty
have this
fucking good for
survivability
Zillion in
from
general
the
because
ultimate
you just
when
like
the
you don't have to
Hecarim goes
commit
into
to your
dive.
kills.
But you also have this double
So-
Yeah, exactly.
carry threat. Obviously,
Okay.
you have the mixed damage
Silas?
too because Corki does primarily
I mean,
magic. Like,
Cap Silas, you know, everyone says this guy's the best Silas in the
You
world.
have
It's
some
kinda got
you
a
have
bit
some
of
good
everything
ultis.
going
You have Pyke and
Hecarim,
Zillion.
Hecarim ult is so
Hecarim
OP
ult.
on Silas.
This
Or,
Fnatic
yeah,
comp
it's
is
like
like
so
the
fucking OP on this champion.
Gotta get fast.
Pyke, Zillion, Hecarim are literally
Corki.
going
But
to
their
be
fighting
everywhere.
like
I have no
their
doubt
fighting
that
power in
Nemesis
mid
will be
2v2 should be
running,
much better.
TP on
Yeah.
So
that
they
Corki
can
unless
just
he's
play
really
they can just
concerned
play
about
through
the
that.
Asher
So
taking the
I
first, but
I
it's
don't
not
mind
gonna
it.
be
I
the
like
speed.
it.
Well, there's no way
And
that,
the
that Zillion will get
adaptations
abused
that
by
Fnatic
Norn.
made this
Like, I
draft
feel like
is that
Zillion
they
will
still
just be
Yeah, I mean,
fine
top-
this game.
top will just be a dead lane.
Yep.
So top is gonna be a dead lane, and then it's just gonna come down to like can Hecarim find timings to punish bots with Pyke? It's not that easy for the Lulu to not die.
Yep. I mean, Lulu has some counterplay against Pyke though. Like the shields obviously can be cut through with the ult. But then if you save your ult, you can always like. fuck
But I
with
don't
Pyke.
like I really don't like the Corki pick. I think
It's really strange. I mean,
weird.
so I think that this just shows that Nemesis is champion pull issues. You take away Lucian, you take away Orianna. He's been playing mainly those for the entire postseason, and then he just doesn't have much left.
Because I understand how it can be a good matchup
Yeah.
with the Corki.
Hold on,
But
I'll be right back.
Actually-
1 second.
The chrono
Yeah, no
shit
problem.
is so valuable. Imagine all this dive, the execution that's going to try and come out from Fnatic, and then Caps is just like, yoink, okay, I'm going to revive one of my teammates now. Still building AP, and he's going to get so much value from it as well. Like, this Silas could be the difference maker, depending on how well Caps can execute on it. It was one of his go-to picks at MSI last year. Both this and Akali were champions that you really couldn't afford to give to him. So it's exciting to see him back on the champ.
So again, game 2 versus Fnatic G2. G2 with a game 1 lead so far, and had Fnatic execute on the strategy they attempted to perform in game 1, which was unlocking Hilly on the Nautilus, now his famous Pyke, getting him to the mid lane and trying to keep
LPL's gonna
Caps
clap
down,
these drafts. I mean,
or will
I don't
Caps'
think
creativity
I think
and the
these drafts
power
are
of
like
Silas
fine.
run
I think the
amok in
Corki
this
is an
game
issue.
with so many pivotal ultimates to
I think the
steal
rest of
away.
it is like whatever.
I would have I really would have liked TF a TF pick.
Mhm.
When you play into Ash Lulu bot, I think TF would have been a much better pick.
Yep. I guess it's just really scary blinding TF into Caps though.
Nah.
G2
Nah.
might be the ones
You
who
don't
get
think
a
so?
little bit too far forward.
Nah.
Skewer available,
Really?
takes it onto Mickey.
Yeah.
I would
Some
be
damage
fucking
coming down.
really
Mickey
scared if I
pulls
was
away.
picking that shit.
Chunked out as well,
But dude,
and
you
of
would be
course
scared of picking
have
anything
that
into
shield
Caps.
and
Yeah,
heal.
I mean, if I'm playing mid lane into
You
Caps,
would
it's a
roll
loss.
over.
The nice thing about Pyke in those types
Alright,
of trading
let's see.
situations,
But
like
TF
the
is
Ultimate,
TF is
that
fine
you just
blind.
kind
Like
of slip
there's
back
no
into fog of
What
war.
time are you on,
No
by the
issue,
way?
like-
Great system.
You're at
Uh,
56, 57,
Back to
58.
back small little chunks
Yeah.
of trades, also
Two.
in tandem with the
Alright.
sustain that
One,
Ascena
two.
can
Yeah,
provide.
yeah, okay.
Three.
So,
I think roughly the
also
same.
in light of
Yep,
like, this top
should be
lane
good.
matchup, I think
So
one
let's
of
see,
the
like,
reasons
Hecarim should
why
just full
I
clear
love
into
putting
bot.
champions into squishy range support
Hmm.
is because of how easy it is to
So it's
actually
like
execute
the
on them.
the thing
Now,
is
obviously
it's
you
set
can see
like
that when you're playing
Yanko
double
should
range,
know
there's gonna
that
be
the
a lot of
Hecarim will
poke
full
in
clear
their favor,
because
but
that's the
once
most
Telesign
common
gets
thing.
level
If he
2 or
doesn't do
level
that,
3,
then
there is a very
it's a little
easy
bit
enough
more.
for
Or
us to
actually,
know
never
where
mind. He
Fnatic
started
will do
He started raids.
attack and influence
started
the
rave,
spot
so
lane.
he's doing the 3 camps into base.
Also be the fact after that,
Oh, he took 4. I mean, he took blue actually here. So I guess he's going, but he is going base, I think. Okay, man, Hilly, man. Like, how do you die like this? You flash up, like you just wait for this wave to crash, right?
Huge blunder coming in from the bot lane of Fnatic.
It's such a Hilly death, you know?
They've been very
Like,
critical
it
of
is,
Perks
it
and
is.
Mickey, and then they go and 2v2 kill them. Now Caps has his eyes on a bit of a trade against Nemesis.
And Nemesis should just be able to walk away from this one.
Okay, we got it, Caps. Chill out.
Auto attacks. It's kind of the expected pattern between his Silas
But
and Corky. Silas
I
goes
don't
in,
actually,
chunks
I
him
don't
out,
really
and Corky
like
gets the damage down
the pathing
as
from
Silas tries
Hecarim
to
though.
walk away,
Because
but you said it,
with
man,
how
it's
you're
big
pathing
work
now,
for
you will
Fnatic in
always
the bottom
end your
lane.
clear
We're
on
gonna
top
have
Top
side,
side,
and
yep.
and it's why? Like, you just there's nothing, there's not much to gain on that side.
Yeah, look, the E gets
I'm actually
applied
surprised
by
that auto
Mickey.
killed,
He
to be
waits for
honest.
the auto to come
That auto
down,
looked like it
and then
did
he
quite a bit of
executes
fucking
with the
damage.
Q, because little Pix follows you around when it's on top of you, makes it easy to land that extra bit of damage.
Yeah, so the only way that Hillsang really survives that is flashing.
Does
the
he have
auto
intel
that
on
came out
double
first,
scuttle
because
here?
The rest of the damage is stuck onto him, so it's a difficult
I think he
one.
just
Perhaps
walked through
wasn't
mid.
expecting
Looks like
quite that much
Yeah.
damage to come out of the Lulu, but
I mean, Corky, this is like, I hate playing with Corky as a jungler, man. I feel like this
Yeah,
champion
it's
actually does
sucks.
nothing.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, we wait for you to have like,
Certainly is.
I mean,
20
it's
minutes?
fine
Delay the ability
if
for
you're playing
Fnatic
like so.
Duo
For
to
example,
be
if you
able
have
to play
if you're
on the
playing
bot
set,
side. Now Hecarim
it's
is
okay,
here,
you know,
of
it's
course.
doable
Mickey gonna get some information.
because
He'll
you
spot out the
can
red
you
buff,
can
but everyone
kind of
clustering
help
around this
Corky
mid
get
lane
into
right
mid
now.
game.
Nemesis is
But
low,
if you're
just
playing
of course
if you
will
play
have the flash.
Hecarim Corky,
what I love
it's
about this from G2 is
it just seems
they
like
move
so out of
Mickey
sync.
and Perks out of the lane, they
Yeah.
try and put some pressure
I
on
really don't like
self-made,
it.
and what this
I feel like when
allows is
you
cap
draft
so much more
Hecarim,
freedom
like,
in the lane.
so
He
one
knows
thing that
if
I
he's
hate,
on
like
the
one
red,
concept that I just
he's a
hate,
lot
period,
safer
is
to fight up,
drafting
he's a lot safer to roam
weak
around
early
because you
jungler
can
with
track
weak early
self-made
mid
that
laner.
much
So like if
more
you have
easily.
Cassidon on your team, I feel like you need like the pressure jungler. You need like the jungler that like
For sure.
has prio or whatever in the matchup, like can at least outpace whatever, gets level advantage. I think that in general, when you're playing like a champion like Corky, you need to be playing it with a jungler that can actually fend for himself, and Hecarim can't really do that, so I just don't like it in general.
Will he try to follow up this TP?
Be a great time to go in. Hillsang looking for it. Caps trying to trade onto Nemesis.
Okay.
The Ignite
Oh,
goes
wow.
down.
Okay.
Caps
Griefed it.
flashes away,
Yeah, he's
but it's
dead.
pulled back with Bone Skewer, and Nemesis can just auto
Oh,
it down.
baby.
The phosphorus bomb is another
Hilly
great
roam.
roam from Hillsang.
Yep.
It's the Hillsang show.
This is classic Hilly, man. If anyone asks me like, hey, who is Hillsong as a player, I would just show them the first 5 minutes of this game.
And they punish
That's all
the
you need to
aggression
see.
from Caps as well. TP's back into lane, and Caps is like, okay, I know on Silas I can afford to make these trades. I have the fleet footwork for the additional bit of sustain.
But this is actually so good for Corky.
And Yanko's gonna soak up this farm in the mid
Yep.
lane as well. But yeah,
So
he's
good
have
for
punished,
Sheen Bay?
and exactly as you said, Frost.
I don't-
This is what we wanted
I don't
to
think
see
it's Sheen.
from Fnatic's Hillsang.
Since he just based and bought those
Like,
items, so
very early on, typically he goes from
Tier.
base into
Okay,
mid
so he had
lane,
850.
3, but instead he just went from bot, and he's able to make it work.
Now working his way down towards the bottom lane to make sure he doesn't miss out on too much XP. Yankos knows that he has push in the bottom lane, push in the mid lane. This is a pretty early dragon. Considering how long it took us to see the first Drake in
Three
game
Drake,
one,
bot
this is a
pile.
much more accelerated tempo.
Mid has tempo.
Certainly is. We also have to take this
the
opportunity to talk
one
about the top
wave of
lane.
tempo
Of course,
here.
there is a Zillion up there, for those that were unaware. Usually, in this
chilling
1v1
top.
matchup,
I too tried to forget.
I just assume we're ignoring it because we don't really understand.
Oh my god, he's got the
no,
Zillion
so
mechanics
thing
down.
about Zillion is it
Threw the
doesn't
bomb on the
usually
floor. You saw that
hit
shit?
really hard 'cause its cooldowns
Fucking
are quite long. He doesn't have a huge amount
Zillion
of
main
damage.
over here.
His wave clear just kind of sucks at early levels. It's not until he actually gets
Yeah,
more
sadly, I mean, I
damage.
don't get to watch as much Zillion as you do, but
You know you're still allowed to
Definitely.
watch NA if you're from EU.
that's not a thing, you know.
Okay, alright, my
So
bad.
after this small skirmish in the bot,
Jesus.
the main thing I want to talk about top lane is that often into tank top laners, we see many scaling AP
AP top laners.
AP top laners. Things like Vladimir was a very
Man,
common
I don't know
one.
why, but like just seeing the way Wonder CS that top wave, it
They're-
just
they're
felt
champions
good
that can just
to me.
freely scale and can't
Yeah.
be
He's
punished,
just
and
so
that's why
perfectly
we
with
get
Orin.
That-
things like the Zillion. So
Always
its whole
had.
purpose comes
Oh.
later on into the game.
Oh
as
my.
06 gets hit.
Good play.
Okay.
Wait,
play.
this guy is no.
he's actually dead there.
Yeah, I think
If
Yankos
Sid goes
could.
in?
I think Yankos
That said, the
could
ultimate
walk
won't be
forward there.
available, again like that for Caps for the time
I feel like
being, as well as
Flash
still
E's,
down,
or maybe he
so
had
there's
his E down from
opportunity
doing
that if
crab
Hilly
actually.
gets, priority
Not sure.
in the lane and
So he's
starts
already
roaming
hitting the
around,
crab.
that Caps still has a lot of pressure, even though he's literally
I
surviving
love
on
play,
top
I
for
love
now.
watching
So I
good
will
players
say
play
that
Silas.
overall,
It's such a treat.
I think that when we kind of
Yeah,
look at things
I don't know,
Yeah,
man. I feel like this
but
champion
he's
is
so
overrated.
creative. Yeah,
curious as to
maybe.
whether you
I
agree
mean,
with me, Frost, 'cause I think this is, like,
we're not
debatable.
talking about if
To
the
me,
champion is
Fnatic
good or
are
not.
better speed.
It's just I think it's like it's such a cool design of a
Double AD
champion.
carries,
So
especially
if
with
you're
Senna's infinite
if
scale,
you're a player like
I feel
Caps
like
that is
that
very
on
very
paper,
creative and can
they
find
should,
ways to
but I
use
understand
the
that G2's
ultis,
top
then
with traditional front to back. It's just that this Silas, to me, I think
really
is going
fun
to
to
be much
watch.
harder to play the later the game goes on, just because of the big range difference.
I also think he's just the wild card there. And speaking of wild card, here comes Jankos.
Okay.
That's a dead guy. You can just ult that if you have to. Alright, I don't know if you needed it when he was 1 HP, but
One that's actually really good.
it's really good for Fnatic. Super good for Nemesis here. He's chilling. Like the Corki's getting accelerated into this game.
He's going to sit at 2-0-0, and this big Caps question of how does
This is so
Fnatic deal with
classic
him,
Fnatic,
they
like,
found their
and
answer.
you watch bot
Send
CS
Hillsang
and
into
they're
mid
fine.
repeatedly,
Yep.
put Caps
But
behind
Which I don't know
Seem-
how
it
they're
seem-
fine.
Nemesis into
But
a
Yeah, it
defensive
just
position
seems like
that
for the
Champion is
entirety
very
of the game,
comfortable on, and they're able to
Hilly has
get
been
even-
He
get
died and
able
then he
to
just
set
decided
Hecarim
I
has the
can't
ult.
play.
Hecarim is griefing here.
He's dead. That is dead.
Well, they have Zillion ult, and Nemesis is here, and yeah, I guess he's
Oh baby, it's bait.
And Wonder goes to an early grave. Fnatic and Hillsang are playing impeccably in this early game.
Yeah, and the confidence to
Holy
take
shit,
that
wait,
But
first
this is the
Zillion-
power,
chrono
like
shift.
this is the
G2
power
can get that reset. They're on the way for this
of
Herald.
the
Herald,
Pike, like
I feel
versus
like it's kind of a
versus
sunk
the
cost
Lulu. Like you
fallacy.
just
It
literally
takes so
leave the
long for
lane
teams to
and
take
then
down, and
you just
it's
create
taken long
things.
enough that G2 may steal this
And then
one away.
G2 had to play the game at a much slower pace and play through that bot. Like I think if they take the 3v3s around bot, they will always win them. But if
Now,
Pike
G2
is
do
always
manage
first
to
on the
steal
map on the plays,
Herald
then
away, but
it's
meanwhile, Reckless
they
has
have to
got
be
all of this
a lot
free
more
time.
mindful of where
Bot
Pike
lane's
is.
gonna be forcing a
I just
very
feel like
big
this should be
wave
more
into tower.
punishable than it is
I don't know if
by
it's a play, especially as
G2.
Wonder gets there,
Like,
but
I
he
just
has built
don't
a
think
healthy
that
CS
when
lead
you're
over
solo killing the
And
Pike
I
in
think
lane
Fnatic is very
and the Pike starts
happy
leaving
to
lane,
the
the Senna
game's
just
going.
should go
They
unpunished.
put
Like
Caps
I feel like you
behind.
should actually
Nemesis
Yeah.
is sitting
you should
there
LS
for
freeze
sure.
bot lane here.
0-0. Has the package, and now
You
they're
LS
looking
freeze
Or
for
the
if they
lane.
can,
as well.
like, it's hard because we don't actually get to see how they played the waves on bot, but if they can stack a wave and dive when he's doing the shit, then it's Senna is out of the game.
LS freeze, you stack away and dive, like anything then. Oh, damn, Pike ult missed there. That's actually pretty big.
Yeah, it's
And
4
the
kills.
counterplay that G2 are setting up for us using
Why is
the
it like that,
Herald
though?
onto the top
Whose
side.
idea
Now,
was
there's
that?
no chrono break available for Whippo, so he can dive into
Well,
this dive if,
I
G2
I
decides
can't
to play
speak about it
aggressive.
Okay, yeah.
because
You're trying to get a job, my bad.
Yeah.
I'm over here just getting banned from co-streaming, so, you know, it's all good.
They just have to be able to translate this early lead on Nemesis.
I feel like it's so disrespectful to ban you like that.
Uh,
Getting good content out there, then they just don't want it. No
Yeah.
thanks.
I think it's kind of weird because, like, so I can't say what I was banned for, but I can say that I was banned for social media stuff before I joined LP. No, it had nothing to do with like in-game or anything like that.
Okay.
It was like things that happened. It was like things that I tweeted from like years previous. And what's weird is like they let me in LPP with all that stuff existing, and then they just banned me for that stuff later on, which is like super strange to me because it's like if they let me in when that stuff existed, then why are they banning me now for it? Like the tweets didn't change. The tweets have been there the entire time. So like for me, I was like, okay, you just don't like me, or like I don't know. It was kind of weird. But
I mean, you're toxic as fuck. Come
yeah.
on.
I mean, the
No,
thing
actually.
was like, it's so weird that they banned me for being toxic when like I clearly became less toxic once I started only co-streaming, right? Like when I'm doing these streams, I'm not toxic in any way. So like, it's so weird. It's just it's super strange to me that that's like when they chose to do it. And then also like they were inviting me to Riot stuff. Like literally, like a month before they banned me, I was like on LCS tailgate with LS, and me and him were doing a mock draft. So it's super strange that like the reasons I'm getting banned like existed beforehand, and then they just decided for it now. I just didn't like it, but whatever.
As much as they want.
Oh, that's a horse.
He didn't get his W off there.
Wait, is that what is he doing?
What?
by the way?
Okay. Well, I mean, he's dead if he waits,
Well,
right?
that was
Because
better for
set's
Caps
coming.
than
So.
Yeah.
they originally planned it, and he did get caught off. Self-made rather got caught off a bit. By
That's
the
a
fact
wild,
that Yankos was
wild,
trying to
wild
flank
horse.
around, get behind the tower. But yeah, ends up being a 1-for-1 overall. But still, like, I still think that trade is worth because you're just denying more farm and XP from Caps. And this
He's actually ahead in
factor
CS
of
now,
the Silas, the
Reckless.
further
It's
it's
pretty
put down,
impressive.
the more you mitigate Caps' playmaking potential. I think is
But
only
somehow they actually
for
found a way to
Also does
get
put G2
Corki through the early game, so I actually think Fnatic is in a pretty good spot now.
In the early game, so they really need these dragons to pay off. As Caps finds Hilly.
Oh, wait. That's huge, actually.
Caps trying to put the damage down with the cannon barrage. He's stolen from Nemesis, but here comes Selfmade once again, and Caps.
They can't kill this. There's
I've
no
seen
way in
this
hell.
story before. Mickey there for a little bit of help. As Caps forces Selfmade away.
What do you think
Second
about
dragon secured by G2
When you ask
they-
phase rush?
like-
Or- no, never mind.
No, like on Hecarim, I feel some people they just rush Triforce, and some people they get like one jungle upgrade, so you either get like Wrath or Smite.
Yeah.
I think just rushing it is better.
Yeah, so the way I see it is like I feel like if you buy your jungle item, like the 1,000 gold, whatever your Stalker's Blade or Skirmisher's Saber, like if you're buying that, I feel like it's at that point, then you almost have to upgrade your jungle item because it's 1,600 gold to get either like 60 AD or the Cinder Hulk component, which is like super broken in terms of like HP scaling and stuff like that. So I either think you go Talisman and rush it, or you complete your jungle item. I don't think that you go like one part of your jungle item and then you go Triforce and Death Stance. Like I feel like you're just missing out on so much potential. Like the efficiency of the item is so OP. It's like one of the best items in the game.
When you have it, you're really strong. So that's how I see it.
Because Fnatic can't just sit there and have the dragon pound on them.
But yeah, like Fnatic, are there just farming it out. The only thing they have to be afraid of is the Drake stack. But I think Corki should hit Triforce before. Will he hit it? Nah, he will probably hit it before the 4th, and then they're good to go.
Through the initial burst damage or just the long-range reach that Senna and Corki can provide you, the team fight will be over. But I agree with
Okay, so he goes
potential
Mercs.
from G2 is quite scary, and it feels like
interesting.
Fnatic. It's hard to say because Senna fights so slow.
I mean, this Triforce is so delayed though.
To see, like,
Yeah.
fast execution from Fnatic's
I think
that
when you have a really good game, you hit it around like 11, 12 minutes.
Look at it and say, oh, it's like a team fight comp, but not in the traditional sense.
I mean, we saw
Luckily
Inspired get it at like 10.
Yeah. I
Perma-smithing.
mean, luckily for him, he has Cillian, right? So he has some tools to survive. But if he starts falling too far behind, like he's literally useless.
Oh, Reckless. I don't even know why Reckless is stepping up like that. Seems pretty grief.
Caps will just keep Fnatic at bay for the moment.
Dragon
Say it's
213,
novel, I will say.
230.
Zillion top has been played
I guess they just go
5
for
times in the world before
Herald
today.
here.
4 times in the LCK, once in the LPL apparently. So never before in the LEC though.
I mean, their position is off. Like they have to just trade, get bot tower.
Making sure that Zillion's been picking up some of these side waves. You can see that he's slowly trying to claw back the CS discrepancy between him and Wonder, as well as trying to catch back up into experience.
But that's
So I
fine.
say
Like
that, though, they've now shifted it towards Nemesis, so they can have pressure on this.
I don't
bot
even
lane
like I
tower.
don't see the HP on mid. No, the HP on mid tower is fine. So like the Herald can't even break mid. So it's no problem. Getting gold on Corki is more valuable. I think the trade was actually fine.
He has a huge XP advantage over Caps.
I mean, here's the question: is there a world where this Corki gets his Triforce before? Is he getting it right now? Is that's the question? Is Corki buying his Triforce as we speak?
I think he's off. I don't think he has it. Okay, he sold. Okay, yeah, he actually got.
Damn.
Yeah.
Triforce right now. Yeah, this is a pretty big spike.
He has package for it as well.
They did slow down Caps.
I mean, as G2, do you even fight this drag, knowing that this is like the state? Because I mean, I guess it's only gonna get worse for you, right? The Corki's only gonna get more strong, so maybe you just take the fight.
I mean that's the thing, right? Like I actually think Fnatic will just keep scaling better. So it's kind of hard. Like he doesn't have the Manamune upgrade yet. So
Yeah, Mana.
Yeah,
Yeah, I guess you just have to fight. It just feels kind of weird here because I don't think that G2 wins this fight.
You can see how aggressive Hylissang is, just stepping up.
Maybe, I mean, it's always like kind of RNG with like Pyke in the game.
they have to get a good situation for Ornn and Set to get good engages on.
Well, I think almost now you have to give it because you just used your arrow. Your arrow's probably not going to be up for the Drake. So you're going to fight it now down ult.
Plans. And actually, when you're trying to stack Drakes and get the earliest Elder and Soul possible,
I guess you can
But
try it.
they're-
It's really up to the Soren to
not-
like smurf it.
Yeah, they're not in a position where they can trade for anything. If you look at the map state, so they have. I think they will fight it.
It's gonna be a 5v5 then for sure. Fnatic definitely isn't giving this up.
Corki, I
So.
believe, does have the package. He's going to hit level 11 on Selfmade.
Nah,
Whippo has
he's
also
based.
joined the fray with the TP.
Damn, Hegram doesn't even have his Triforce. 17 minutes. How bad does that feel?
Yeah, pretty shit.
Should be there. Drake.
Great.
Yeah,
they have to
yeah,
give
they
it.
give, they give, they give.
Setup is too good for Fnatic. They have full control.
They have full control. They have package, no actual.
Walking
Like,
it down mid lane,
Yeah.
nowhere near this fight,
it's
and
a
G2
free
pretty much
dragon.
Giving up this dragon, Fnatic able to force them away.
Yeah, denying this win condition of
Well,
having
Executioners
the
on
early
Senna,
soul
it's pretty
early
good here.
elder from G2's composition
Versus Silas.
is actually
But it's
big.
really
Now
good
it's
for them
gonna
though.
put so
Like
much
Mountain
more
Drake
pressure
would be
on
really
G2
good
to
for
get more
G2's comp.
creative about
So
how they're going to try to combat Fnatic before
Okay.
their composition runs out of steam.
are they gonna int it? Are they going for it? Really?
Fnatic are just in
No?
such a powerful position right now. Hylissang stepping forward once again. Jankos misses the face break. Caps losing out in the 1v1 trades. He's going to pop the GLP, but Nemesis does still have the Valkyrie after
I mean,
using
even
the
if
package.
he hit that, he's
he
dead.
died. He died.
He's
Yeah,
actually
exactly,
dead.
exactly.
100%.
I was thinking, like, if that hits, that's not good.
To take away
I don't
these
think.
objectives, to slowly scale up. Trinity Force on its way for self.
I don't know. I feel like
Already
this
complete
Silas
for
pick just
Nemesis.
didn't
You've
work
got
out
Reckless sitting on
at
the
all.
Manamune,
Like, it's just
stacking
not a
out.
good
You've
pick
got
here.
Rod of Ages on Whippo.
Like,
Yeah.
into Corki, I feel like
Only
there's so
gets
much you can
stronger
play
the
too.
longer this game goes on.
I mean, into Corki you can literally pick anything.
Yep.
But the idea of it was that they should have better mid 2v2 for early game that they can use into bot. But the Hylissang just won the game.
He's just that good, I guess.
First he ran it and then he took the game in his hands. What can you do?
I don't know, man. Hilly's too insane. You gotta get him off the fucking pike. Put him back on Nautilus, man.
No second item finish for Perks.
That way, at least when he hooks in, he can't get out.
Trinity done
Yeah.
for Selfmade. Like, they've got everything that they need.
But it's also like it's a little bit of a change in pace for G2, right? Like usually they would always play roaming support and play for either 2v2 mid or 3v3 mid.
Yep.
So Lulu is like it's a little bit off theme of what they usually do, and it requires them to play more through the bot waves, and they just absolutely did nothing about it. And then every timing he had for mid, they didn't respect it. So if they lose this game, I don't think we will see the return of Lulu.
Yeah, I hope
I
not.
love how Hylissang is limiting this as much as possible.
But
because
I don't mind the Silas pick
Right now. If they can
because
just
there are
break
so
it
many
onto
good
the
ultis.
Corki, no claim
But
to
he
Asher,
just
that'd be
fell
great.
behind.
Hylissang is always
I mean,
hovering
there's-
around.
yeah,
The second Hylissang moves
there's a
away,
lot of
so
things
does
that
Nemesis. He
just,
recognizes the G2
I think in my mind,
hovering
just
around
like
top
hard
side,
counter the
looking for a
pike,
potential
and
pick.
this just
Not gonna
doesn't
be
seem
able
like
to
a
find
G2
it, though,
style.
so Hylissang very
Draft,
mobile
no matter
on the
what,
map, but
like,
Reckless is kind of
even
the
if they're playing something like
beneficiary
Braum,
of
I'm
this
more
because
okay
he's
with
now
it.
level
Like
12.
Braum,
He's been getting a lot
Leona,
of solo
Nautilus,
XP, a
anything
lot of
that
solo gold too.
is like a
Now he's
front
moving
liner
back
for
up
them,
towards
and then
Nemesis
just
to
put
help provide that
Caps
counter
on a mage and he'll just 1v9 the game. I feel like Caps on mage he always 1v9s, so why not just stick with it?
This split. We've seen
Yeah.
a lot of people calling for him to be
Okay.
taken off the team as we
Oh, the
see
bomb on
Angels
the
also
guy,
my.
it's too good.
Oh.
Perks, and Mickey just can't get
The
away.
combo.
Mickey already dead. Perks has to flash across the wall. Jankos trying to survive. Wonder trading in the top lane.
Dingus
As
is
Caps
dead
joins
too.
the fray with the TP. Haymaker
Oh, I
popped.
guess not.
Jankos flashes the wall as well, and Selfmade still on the chase here. Knocks Caps underneath the tower. The arrow misses. Chrono shift coming out as well. The GLP
They have nothing.
used, but the bolts
They
are
can't turn.
too powerful
The sustain
for
damage is too
G2.
much.
Well, they're gonna
retreating
get
underneath
fucked
their
here, I
tower.
think.
Reckless isn't done with them yet. Another bomb comes out and
Dingus
hits
has
the
no
minions,
flash.
but
Wonder
Selfmade
still has
knocks
flash, so I
Wonder
guess
back
he'll
against
have
the
to
wall.
flash away.
Dawning Darkness is available for Reckless, actually already used at the start of the fight. My mistake. Jankos though caught out with the last embrace, and he
Yeah,
will
It's doomed.
These slow,
It's a fucking go
drawn
next.
out fights as they continue just to chip away at G2 are working so well.
Yep, I made my decision. The longer
How
the fight
OP
goes
is
on, the
Zillion,
higher
dude?
percentage chance that
Whoever
Fnatic
picks
will
the
win.
That's
TSM,
good.
Look at this. Selfmade is almost back to full health.
I mean, I'm just gonna say whoever picks the TSM picks just wins.
I remember I was watching the show you did with Cajal last week.
Yeah.
And I remember like Foreign, he was like, just in NA, you know, they just pick Cillian. If you do this against better teams, it will never work.
Yeah.
I remember him saying that. I don't think Cillian is like that bad. You can, in mid meta you can pick it. It might be hard like to pressure, but you're not gonna get solo killed or anything. Like you can if you're good enough player, you can definitely just go even in farm and scale into the game. So it's more about how much can they actually fuck, like how much can you fuck the rest of the team. Like you will not be able to fuck the Cillian that hard. He will always be able to farm it out, I feel like.
Yeah.
At least from the games I watched whenever TSM was playing it, it always seems like they can. And I know it's NA, but still, like I think you can easily farm it out.
I mean, I don't know. I feel like versus good mid laners, like a lot of the mage matchups can be hard. Like you should at least get pushed in and then like have no prio in the early game. Like it's a punishable pick for sure.
No, for sure, yeah.
But like here, I like it because it's like Zilean into Orin, right? The Orin's never gonna like hard pressure you in lane, so it's okay. It's fine. And I think that set Orin is not like the best top jungle pairing either. So you can't really, like, I feel like the way that you abuse Zilean is you just pick like prio jungler and you just fuck with the enemy jungler early. Zilean can't really play. Okay, Nemesis just griefed. That's huge. And it was Pike. It was Pike ult. Yeah, Pike ult from
Okay.
Okay, this is wait, he's TPing back in. Does he have more Pike ult? Oh, that's Wonder. Never mind.
Okay, so he bought Death Cap. That's crazy buy.
Yeah, I think that's so insane here. Like, I don't know if it's good or not, but I think it's like.
Yeah, I have no clue. It's not something you see often, at least. Okay, can you get out? Does he have E? Nice.
Turning it.
They're getting a little bit cocky now, Fnatic.
Yeah, I think that they don't. Okay, they have TP.
Yeah.
I Wonder's dead.
Okay.
Holy shit! What the fuck? That was the most turbo sprint. That's L9 right there. L9. Holy shit.
You don't get to be that fast
Holy.
very often, and I think you should make full use of it whenever you can.
You miss the shots you don't take.
Exactly.
No, but I will say this, that does mean that they don't immediately get to turn towards Baron.
Holy.
They're on Baron, they're forcing that, and now if that Asher, like...
That's what happens when you play Hecarim with Cillian.
For sure, definitely. But
you feel too powerful.
G2 not in a position to punish right now, and
Oh man, I love it.
I think that this comp is
I
so
love
cool
that turbo. It just looked so glorious, man. I wish that was me.
The early game was so well done. Hillisang, after his blunder in the 2 versus 2, the fact that he's able to come back and look at
He's probably sitting in his chair laughing. 100%. I wish we could see the cams.
Holy fuck. You know, it's so funny because, like, you're allowed to laugh there, but I swear if an NA player laughed there, the whole fucking community would shit down their throat.
Yeah.
Like, this guy's not taking it serious. He doesn't give a fuck.
I mean, come on. Like, either you just laugh it off there or you start crying. Like, what the fuck it is. Look at it.
Holy shit. I mean, honestly, like, it's not even that bad, right? Like, 'cause there, it's like flash exhaust from Lulu, at least. It's not like he just ran it down and, like, they just killed him with abilities. Like, Lulu had to flash exhaust there, so.
Yeah.
Saying now, he's going to feel fine. He has the Umbral Glaive, going to clear out some vision, and Fnatic, once again, just pushing all these waves out, have so much control over
It reminds me a little bit of the old school Cillian Kindred combo.
Yeah.
NA, once again, an NA special.
I mean, it actually, like, kind of did work, though. But, I mean, if you just... Because the Zilean ult, like, lasts longer than the Kindred ult, so you could, like, ult to them both at the beginning, and then if they kill the Kindred immediately, then the Kindred will revive.
I'm pretty sure there were some people new that started playing as well.
Yes.
Oh, the death...
It was last year, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The death cap, actually, like, with the Ornn upgrade is actually pretty fucking nuts here. And then you have Ornn upgrade coming in for Ashe next. Ashe is actually strong this game, by the way. He's stronger than Senna.
3 items on the Ashe. With his itemization, he's like max damage.
I mean, that's the question, right? Like, does the Ashe plus Lulu outscale, even though they have Corki? That's what I'm not. That's what I'm unsure about.
Corki Zilean with Senna too, like.
But obviously, it's going to be very difficult when so many Fnatic members want to kill him.
I think a lot of the time, Fnatic will end up having like pretty useless mid jungle later on in this type of comp, but yeah, we'll see.
Because in isolation, the Ashe plus Lulu should be much better, right?
Yep. Absolutely.
So it's just, but I feel like the Corkis is so accelerated in the game that it's hard for him to play.
I mean, he literally has IE on the next back, right?
I think one of the issues that Fnatic are running into
Is he gonna back after these golems, just pick up an IE? Looks like it.
Nemesis. At this point, I think Whippo still
It doesn't matter that Ornn has CS lead against Cillian. It literally doesn't matter. Cillian's job is just to enable his team. And there's no side laning in this game.
We really are getting the side camera just for the package.
Oh my god.
Time's up.
Holy.
They need to start making some.
And you know the LEC production is just styling on NA at this point, right? Like, they just don't give a fuck.
Bottom lane, because Whippo needs to be very respectful if he matches.
Are we gonna see it tonight in NA? Cinematics?
I hope not. What are they gonna do? They're gonna have us like fucking autoing the skull crab, have the cam fucking zoom in. Fucking you zoom in, you have the camera fucking start slowing down speed as the crab tragically dies. Just fucking hashtag crab lives matter across the screen. Holy fuck. Dude, they should put making me a fucking producer. 1v9 that shit.
Crab lives matter.
Yeah, hashtag crab lives matter.
That's the worst thing I've heard in a long time.
No, it's gonna be perfect.
Okay. Okay. So they're starting it? I'm just gonna rush it? Okay.
Oh, okay.
The drive by steal.
Mickey has ult. Wait, Whippo just flashed in. Oh, wait, Hilly missed his ult. Hilly missed his ult. It's huge. Oh my god. Cap's got Nemesis. They win hard. They win hard. Whippo flashed. That was the worst Fnatic could have fought that.
Someone hit the plant, so he couldn't execute him with the pike ult. Did you see that?
I didn't see it. See it again.
Whippo can't be using that ultimate on himself. That is not how Fnatic win that fight, and the moment the ulti was gone, G2 found the perfect re-engage.
But also, I think the Hecarim ulti was really bad. Like, he just face first into them without any follow-up.
Well, I mean, there was a bunch of stuff that was bad too. I mean, like the fucking ulti from, or the play from Whippo where he flashes in and then ultis himself. Like, pretty fucking grief. I want to see the replay. I think they really ran it there. And of course, fucking Caps has a Magi's now.
Okay, so let's see. So he got chunked with the package first, so he couldn't use it. Then he
yeah.
Okay. Wait, so
look at Whippo.
So Whippo is trying to assassinate the Ashe.
Yes. And Ashe is just like, yeah.
I actually, would the pike ult even hit?
No, the pike ult was just off. And then Hilly tried to E forward and then auto him.
Yeah.
With Ignite.
Crazy that it's alive.
Look at Yankees just running away from Hilly. Hilly's fucking unleashed right here. Look at him just chasing him down from the back of the fight. Respect.
But, I mean, that's definitely not an NA Cillian, that's for sure.
Yeah.
This is more like EU, and that it's not a good thing that's an EU Cillian.
Yeah, that's an EU Zillion kick W right there.
Why we talk about Caps so often. He has been behind in this game. He was 3,000 gold behind at the 20-minute mark. And
that's a tweet.
Maybe he was thinking it was a different champion he played.
he thought he was back on the Rengar. He's like, I'm gonna assassinate this guy, bro.
Oh my god.
Jesus.
So they're actually in a pretty good state now, G2.
Yeah.
With Baron and their group comp.
They're winning for sure.
Running front to back. Yeah. And Cap's items are
insane now. He's literally just like strong in this game. He has no business being strong in this game, but now he is.
Approach here. 3 members of Fnatic gonna move towards the bot side. Now the reset's gonna come through. They have to end on this Baron. Oh, the arrow gonna interrupt Reckless.
Okay.
Will connect as well. They're gonna delay
okay. Canceled the Senna. Doesn't even matter there.
at least want
I mean, they can't even do anything on this wave anyway.
Basically like kind of the Corki carry, in my opinion. Because at this point the Hecarim doesn't do much against the enemy comp. I think he's outscaled.
I think Zillion just needs to play with the Corki, like perma-speed him.
And what we said before about Fnatic still reigns true. They have
And then you have to, I think you have to change like your play style on Hecarim at this point. Like you can't go full backline. You'll just die.
This gold difference doesn't really mean much for G2.
Yeah, I mean the Hecarim can't play the game anymore at this point for sure.
That if there is going to be a win condition for G2, it is in Perks' itemization, going for the Essence Reaver, the Infinity Edge, and going for that maximum damage.
So there's Soul in 120.
And then the ult
ability
that Caps can pull out, and how he's going to use Fnatic's
Mid-top.
powerful ults
Say
against
mid-top.
them. But the
You get 4-1 here,
collective
put Wonder
wave
mid, I
here
guess.
Fnatic's comp should be able to
Rest can
stall
go
out
top.
this
Yeah, I mean they
Baron
just
to
have to
at
buff the
least not in
creeps.
the game here.
Or at least keep them in a position where they are the ones who can dictate what wave they want to play on. But they have a wave.
Hilly is really just crazy. Like this guy is just insane. Imagine like this guy talking to you in this game, and he's like, "Dude, like the Ornn is alone. Like let's get the Ornn." And you just see the Pyke chasing after him. It's so crazy.
I'm pretty sure he's like usually he's really calm about it. Yeah. Like he just there's a hero I can kill, I'll go kill him.
I don't like using the Ornn ult here. I don't know what the cooldown is of it, but I assume it's longer than 40 seconds. So
I think so as well.
Good point. Yep.
I think it's really great. Like, what are you gonna get from it?
A lot of ults were just used. Caps' ult.
I mean,
very soon. Remember, he's now past
definitely a way that Fnatic can win. Mountain Drake would be pretty okay. I mean, I guess it's not the best. It's pretty shit team comp to have Mountain Drake on, period. But like, the Soul
I
just
think they overstayed a little bit too much here, G2, and their base is late.
Look at the
So
ults.
now Fnatic actually can get first on the wave. Okay. He has some, but he can't use them. Oh, he entered it.
Okay,
Oh,
Perks just
no.
ran it. Perks just sprinted the whole game. What the fuck?
And they lose Soul as well.
Yeah, they lose Soul and I guess nothing else.
You can't beat it, but it can damn well beat you as the
They have
Dead
a
Horse continues
really
to chase
fat
the
pot
Ornn
wave.
through the jungle. Self-made and
I mean, there's pretty much zero wave flare on the side of G2.
And that is how that is supposed to go. Is of course even more gift wrapped by the fact that they found Perks of all people.
Perks really sprinted it there. God damn.
Massive
Dude, Perks has been doing that so much in Split, I've noticed. Just like solo insta the game alone over and over again.
He just ran like it was random. Like why? You have both sons. Like what? I guess he's thinking to himself that he has Zulu, so he can frontline.
Yep.
But he has two beefy boys that can walk in front of him. So there's no point of it. I think actually all of it came down to the fact that the bases were late. So instead of being first on the wave, Fnatic was actually first, and then because of that, it gave Fnatic an opportunity to find an opening. You know?
Yep.
Normally, if you have control over the waves and you're first, then you can just push the wave and hover into the side, and then it should be much harder for them to find picks.
Yeah, and I guess they're pressured too because it was Soul, so they're like, shit, we gotta like be first on the wave here, for sure.
But he has flash, and he actually like the hook is right in front of him. He can literally just flash it.
But then here he just like he just chooses not to flash it. He's just like, alright, fuck it, I'm just dead no matter what.
Fnatic found the briefest of windows on what was the edge of Whippo's Hextech GLP landing and applying that.
What is my chat spamming? Why are they spamming? Come on, dance with me. That LEC thing?
Oh, he didn't have flash.
Shows that he has flash.
When we get back in, let's have a look at the state of the Baron. Fnatic.
It showed he has flash.
Outside of that one poor execution fight around the Drake, they've been in control this entire
Spectator
game.
bug?
The kills are close, but I feel like the story of the game has not been, as Fnatic have pretty much dominated from start to finish, found good kills in the mid lane, and the reason why Nemesis
I guess it was
is
just the glacial augment then got him.
how well Hylissang has played around him and set him up for success.
Hylissang once again acting as that front line for Fnatic, so brave on this Pyke, so willing to go in. Selfmade slowed up. Hylissang with a Ghost Water dive will look.
I mean, if he doesn't have flash, then him walking up that bar is.
They know G2
Yeah, it's really great.
are at a man disadvantage right now. can see the shields from the mountain.
Okay.
Soul is
The
here.
horse.
Goes
The
Selfmade,
horse.
tried to dive onto the back
I mean,
line.
the horse is actually griefing here, though, I think.
Yeah, it's too deep.
Really fucking deep. Whippo couldn't even get ult off either, and they're TPing in with the Silas behind. Silas wasn't even in this fight.
Oh, baby.
Okay.
Gets the stopwatch out of Caps and gets out. Fnatic only lose one, and Hillisang
Oh my god.
is hungry for blood. He's got the
Hilly
death
Pike,
mode.
he's looking for it.
He's not gonna go. He's not gonna dive forward. You can see Fnatic actually
rush
willing to
burn?
re-step up into this mid
There's
lane.
no way.
In the end, will back away.
What, you
but
mean
Hillisang is
Fnatic or
such
you
a
mean
nuisance,
G2?
such a
I think
thorn
G2
in the
is gonna
side
rush
of
Baron.
G2.
Yeah, I mean G2.
Yeah.
Like, it's crazy.
Because
like,
if they don't
on
use the
one
timer
hand,
now,
it is
when
individual
Hecarim is dead, then
chaos.
they will lose
There's
Baron.
a fight. Bone skewer onto Yankel's Haymaker will shield him up. Hillisang doesn't hit the Phantom Undertow. Teleport was used as well by Bwitpo. He rejoins this fight. There's a
Man,
Baron
Hilly's Pike
available.
looks so fucking annoying.
Let's have a look at how G2
Yeah,
are going to reset
he's really
this.
fucking good on
Nicholas
Pike.
in the mid,
Yep.
Caps dives in.
I was in EU last year, and this guy was
And the bomb
he was just
should
1v9
pop
every
buckets.
single game on Pike. He was like playing on some Pike only
Caps
account
flash
named like
away.
Sveni Todd,
Yeah.
and he was literally 1v9 every game. He was like top 5 on the ladder.
So we've had some pretty intense
Anytime I saw this guy in my games, he just carries the whole game alone.
Here's the reality for you viewers at home.
But I think Pike was a little bit of a better pick then than it is now.
Fnatic can win the team fight. If he doesn't,
A little bit more OP.
I mean, he has his moments, you know, he has his moments, but if you just look at his scoreline, like it's 1-4-5, it doesn't really reflect like how much impact he actually had on this game.
Yeah.
Even though he has the moment, like these moments where he just ends, like, or he just dies like out of nowhere.
I think the bigger issue
but
right
he-
now is the fact
this
that
game he had
Brooks
so
just
much
flashed
impact
the
in the
last
early game.
fight, and he
Yep.
will not have that again, which means that
And the
Yeah,
level
they got
Selfmade
free burn.
will
the level 3
definitely
roam
come
really
out.
just
And while it was a great
smurfed it.
flanking flash or flanking teleport from Caps,
The thing is, like,
it
the fact that all the
was
timers are
really
desynced, like,
carried that fight
the Baron
forward,
timer and then the
forcing
Elder timer and like
Selfmade
when the
to
Soul
fight
timer
and
came up, the
fight
inhib
back.
timers,
Baron now
I feel like
goes
it
down
puts
because
G2 in a
still
really
playing
bad
2
situation
minutes
because they're
down,
always going to be
and as
like
long as that
snowballed
flash
into the
is
next
dead
objective.
and
They're
the
not going to be
Elder
able to like
is
stabilize
down
the
to
game and then
25 seconds, it
take an
won't
even
be
fight.
available then. G2 need to get very
Sicilian just
But I
Okay.
mean, with Baron and double inhib down, the game should be over.
Yeah.
In theory, but obviously it's not a game of theory.
No, I agree. I mean, that's the point. It's like I don't see how G2 finds their opening. Like how the game is like so unstable right now.
Late into the game where everyone has items, you get to see some really exquisite team fighting because the execution.
Unless the horse decides to get wild again.
Yeah. The horse just needs to keep the donkey dick in his pants for the rest of the game, man. Like just play around the fucking corgi.
It's so fun when we get to see these two
Christ.
teams match up with everything.
At this point, Cillian should just like stop speeding the Hecarim, just because, you know, make sure that he's not doing crazy things. Oh no, oh no. Are you seeing what are you watching what I'm watching? Okay, no one.
Wait, what
He
were
put a
you
bomb
watching?
on his head. He put a
bomb on the
put a bomb
Zillion?
on
Or on
Hecarim,
the
on
Hecarim, yeah.
Hecarim's head, and I was like, he's going in. Okay.
Oh, the
okay.
Zillion got caught.
Oh no, oh no, oh no, Hecarim.
There's
Oh
no
no,
flash on
get
the
out.
no flash on the Zillion.
Okay, it's a good fight.
Yeah, it's a really good fight for
Wait.
G2. Wait, he didn't get all the way through the wall.
Did you
But he-
see that?
Yeah, did you see the? Wait, were you talking about the damage?
Yeah, the damage and the what? Oh my, that was sick.
Yeah, that's how Hecarim ult works. Where the damage goes through, regardless of where the damage is a straight line, and then
Yeah.
like the horses. But
There's like half his HP, no?
yeah, exactly. And that's the thing about Hecarim ult. That's one of like I said it before the game. It's one of the reasons why I think Silas is like so good into Hecarim. Is like the Hecarim ult, the scaling on the fucking ratio of it is insane.
Yeah.
So the ability is just absolutely broken. I mean, people were playing fucking. I remember back in like season 2, people were playing AP Hecarim mid just because of the scaling on W and R, like in Korea when I was there. So
Yeah.
like this Chimin's, I don't know, with Caps having this much damage, like that ult can one shot a whole team.
I don't know if he wins that 1v1.
I mean, they should get at least Pyova over this wave. Yeah. Wait, he's dead. He's dead, and that's Elder. That's Elder, man.
They continue to chase on towards him, and Nemesis is dead. Elder Dragon up in 2 seconds.
What is happening, brother?
G2's just fucking coming back, man. They took the right
Whenever
fight.
whenever we call the game is over, there's an instant bro.
I don't know if that's good for EU. Like, I'll be honest. I don't know if that's what I like to see.
Out of G2's control, but G2 have yanked it back
I mean,
out of their hands.
Obviously, it's not great, but it's still better than NA, so it's fine.
Okay, man, you're just an EU fanboy. I've seen better Zillions than this in fucking my Diamond games. My Diamond NA Zillions could play better than this. No, I'm just kidding. It was actually a monster.
Well, I'm pretty sure they're sweating right now. Fnatic trying to defend. Minions pushing in the
Okay, they're going for them. They're going for them. 10 seconds with Corki. They have one creep. They have...
Cap's trying to die to turn. Okay.
No
There's no way they end. There's no way they can end the game. What? This is an end? They actually ended the game here. What the fuck is happening? They got Elder and ended the game off that timer. Holy shit.